I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and today we're going to be talking about the Stasher Go bag, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. Be sure to check out the full review at the link down below, and let's get into it. So like the other Stasher bags, this one here is made out of silicone, and this is a new feature, this carabiner, and this one is made of aluminum, which is nice for attaching to the outside of a bag. So this one is pretty similar to the rest of the Stasher bags. It's kind of got this it's almost like a frosted glass on the one side and then it's clear on the other. So when things are inside, it's a little bit harder to see, which adds a little bit of security, but this isn't the kind of thing that you're gonna get if you want a really secure piece of gear. You're gonna be able to see everything that's inside of here, especially if it's like layered on top of each other. So just kind of looking at it how it is, it's about the size of a hand. So even though my hands are a little bit smaller, it is a pretty good size to just hold as is. What is really familiar with Stasher as well is their pinch lock seal up at the top. So this comes apart really easily, and then you just pinch it back together when you're ready to shut it. So it's really, really simple. What I did notice is that you have to pass over it a couple of times in order for it to fully seal. So if you just open it like that and then, just make a couple of pinches, you can kind of see it almost isn't even. So when you go back through, you pinch it even more, and now it does look even. So that there is really the biggest thing that you have to keep in mind. If you have anything in here that's a little bit on the wet side, like I had carrots in here and I was really conscious of making sure the carrot juice didn't seep out from here. And then also with this one, it's easy for, if you push the bag too heavy, it pops open. So just like that, I lost all of the air that's on the inside. Granted, this isn't something that you're going to use with a lot of liquids. This is more for just day-to-day use or more solid foods. But if you do have anything in there that's a little bit more wet, you're gonna wanna make sure that that's sealed pretty tight. When you are ready at the end of the day to kind of take whatever's inside out, you can either wash it in the dishwasher. It is Dishwasher Safe. It's also freezer safe and microwave safe. Just be sure that no matter what you're doing with it, if you're putting it in the dishwasher or the freezer or messing with it in any way with any sort of appliances, that you do take this carabiner off. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It slips out really easily like any other carabiner would. So that's something to just keep in mind. Overall, it was nice to have over the course of my 2 weeks of testing. It really held a lot of things inside of it, whether I was just doing food or another thing that I would do often is if in a pinch I didn't want to carry a big bag, but I had this on me, I could stick a wallet in here and I could stick my phone, and those fit pretty flat, but as you could see, I kind of struggle getting it in and out, and that's because the silicone, like most silicone, is a little bit almost sticky. So when you're taking things out and putting them in, you're gonna get caught a little bit on the actual material itself. Another thing to note is that it does pick up dust and dirt pretty easily. You can't see it because this is white. You can kind of see a little bit here potentially, but when I do have a dog, so when I would put this down, it would pick up the dog hair. It brushes off really easily with water, but that's something to keep in mind if you do have pets, or if I was going in and out of my bag, I would notice that it would pick up lint a little bit more. It does do the same thing on the inside. Anything you put in there will stick as well. However, everything I put in there pretty much stayed in there, so I didn't really have any issues with outside forces coming in and getting any lint in there because the seal is pretty tight. But that meant that if I was eating something like pretzels, I would have a lot of that pretzel and like salt dust that would just kind of hang out, and then that was something that needed to be washed out. So you could either put it in the dishwasher. I found it easier to wash by hand because either way it does take a little bit longer to dry. Even when it comes out of the dishwasher, it does retain a little bit of water in here. But overall, it was really nice to have. It kind of acts as a little pouch if you have little additional gear that you always have on hand, but you're not quite sure what to do with. It doesn't really fit in a pack or have anywhere to go. This is the kind of thing that's nice to have on hand because it gives you a way to organize it otherwise. And with the carabiner, you can strap it to the outside of your pack. If you're on a hike, you don't have to worry about it. The water will rush right off. It keeps this stuff inside safe and dry. So there you have it, the Stasher Go Bag. Check out packhacker.com for more information and the best buying options that help support the channel at no additional cost to you. Link down below. We'll see you in the next video.